Anchor Daily Journal. So you can take out yours and also put it on the screen for us to go through together. All right, there we go. Day 10. Ask, seek, knock. That is our scripture. So we went through Matthew 7. And as always, if you don't have a journal, feel free to take out your notebook or somewhere where you can also write. And again, like I emphasize on the journal, which as we've seen in Matthew, the opening of Matthew 7, it talks about judging others, right? It's like Christ is also telling us before you start judging your brothers and sisters, have you looked at your own eye? Have you looked at the blank in your eye for you to be able to help your brother and sister with the speck in the eye? You need to remove the blank so that you can see clearly. And this is why the journaling is powerful, because with the journaling, when we write this down, we're reflecting. It's a mirror that we're holding up to our faces and to our minds and to ourselves to really evaluate, like, okay, where are we in our walk, right? Are we ready to go help our brothers and sisters without judgment, because we can also see clearly, and we're also doing it in love, right? So that is something that I've always believed in, right? Like I've been journaling for like 13 years, and I've got like a stack of journals. It's the so oh, plus plus another one that I'm still using, right? So this is something that's important. Not saying that I'm perfect, right? I've got a lot of work to do because I'm journaling so much. It means that I've got a lot of work to do, right? So that's the point. It's like we want to reflect and see where we are and how we can walk and get closer to God, to a Father in heaven. And yeah, so this is the moment. This is why we're doing what we're doing right now with the journaling. And so, day 10, ask, seek, knock. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my entry. So I always, like I said, like I always like to share because there's probably a few people that are new. So if you're new to journaling, I just want to help with sharing with you what I wrote so that you also realize that there's no right or wrong answer to this. You are just walking a journey, a path, and walking the hardest path to life. All right. So there's no right or wrong answer. Okay. So I'm actually looking at day 10 now. So it looks like I skipped day 10. I didn't write it, but I'll actually write it in this one with you as well. So, okay. So I'll actually have to look at day 10. I think I wrote it in a different journal and worked on it in a different one. So, okay. So ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives. The one who seeks finds. And to the one who knocks, the door will be opened. Matthew 7, 7 to 8, verse 7 to 8. God isn't ignoring you. He's inviting you closer. Prayer is not about convincing him. It's about connecting with him. Sometimes he answers with yes. Sometimes with wait. And sometimes with something better. But he always responds to faith that keeps knocking. Have you ever had those moments when you're like praying for something and you're like pushing for something? Sometimes God gives you the thing, and then it turns out like you don't actually want the thing, and maybe there was like a delay. And sometimes there's a delay, and then you realize that, oh wow, this actually turned out better than I expected. Right. So it's about that connection. When you have that connection with God, you'll start seeing when you're trying to get ahead of God and when to be patient, just learning to be patient, just knowing that, okay, I've done my part. I've done my part. I've asked God. Now I'm leaving room for God to do his work. And that is usually the best way to approach the relationship with God, because he ends up doing much, much, much more than you expecting in the first place. So that's been my experience as well. And I rather just leave room for God to do his work and just work everything out